Now let's get right into this schedule review. This is mine right here, 1.0. I had us going 11-6. This is in May when we did this. I'm going to go into the 2.0 right now. Let's go into week 1. Chargers. I felt the same way last season with the Baltimore Ravens when I did this. This is going to be the toughest game to gauge. The Raiders look very good in preseason, but this is the real deal. Chargers, they have any balls at all, they're going to be out for blood. We basically knocked them out of the postseason, and we're divisional rivals. I had them last time as a win. I'm going to keep it as a win. This is going to be a hell of a game. I'm not saying we're going to blow these guys out by any stretch of the imagination. I really went back and forth with this one. I think the difference is going to be we're going to be able to run against these guys more so than we have in the past. I know Josh Jacobs is great, but it seems that he kind of gets tired out by the third quarter, but now we have Zamir, we have Britton Brown. I think that's what we need to do. We need to control the ball, control the time of possession, keep Justin Herbert off the field, and not let these Joey Bosa's of the world play one-dimensionally and do nothing but pass rush. Screw that. Run it up the gut. I know we can run block pretty well. Let's do it. We got some bruisers. Let's move the chains, have these long drives, and wear this defense out. It's going to be a test, of course. If you look at this schedule, we kind of run the gauntlet here. The first 5 games and the last 5 games are not really easy stretches. I think we're going to start 1-0, and then we're going to get to the Arizona Cardinals. They're a little bit of a team in flux. They're trading for Trayvon Mullen because they don't really have any corners. I don't think Trayvon Mullen can cover Devontae Adams or Hunter Renfrow, so I'm going to give this a W as well. They're a dangerous team. We're going to be home. This is going to be our home opener. Again, I'm not saying this is going to be an easy game, but I think we're going to win this game. We're going to be 2-0. The Tennessee Titans. Last time I had this as a loss, and I'm going to keep it as a loss, and here's why. Same reasons I had before. Derrick Henry, they're running that guy to death. I understand that, but I think he'll still be healthy. This is early on the season. Maybe if this was week 11 or 12, I could say, well, maybe Henry will be banged up by then, but he's going to be a problem. I think that it's going to be at Tennessee, hot. It's going to be humid there. I don't think we're going to get a butts kicked, but we'll probably end up losing by 3 to 7 points. We're going to get back home against the Broncos. Russell Wilson's there now, and you know what? I think we're going to take this game. He's not in his prime anymore. Javonte Williams is going to be hard. They brought back Melvin Gordon. Two-headed monster there. Probably going to be kind of more of an ugly game, but again, this is where the running game comes back to us. 3-1. I got us 3-1. Going to Arrowhead Stadium, Monday Night Football, October 10th. I got us as a loss here. They're probably going to be 3-1 or 4-0 at this point. They're not going to want to lose this game. Frankly, it's Patrick Mahomes. This is the team to beat right now. I don't think we're going to get our butts kicked. Maybe we'll lose by 7 points. I got us going 3-2 at the bye week. Come off the bye week. We're going to be hosting the Houston Texans now. I didn't have a whole lot of respect for the Texans a few months ago, but Dameon Pierce is a guy I wanted in the draft, but I still think this is a W. To be honest with you, if this was the old regime with Gruden, I would have put this as a loss, just like I did with the Giants game coming off a bye week, because frankly, the old regime did not prepare the team very well. I got us at 4-2, heading into Nolans, and that is Halloween weekend, so there might be some voodoo we're going to have to get rid of or get around, but I got us winning this one as well. Now, this one, I think the difference is going to be Coach Graham confusing Jameis Winston. Of course, Mr. 30 for 30. He can throw 30 touchdowns, but he can also throw 30 interceptions, so I think this is one of those games where the defense comes up big, gets a couple turnovers, and puts it away. We'll probably win by about 10 or 13 points and be on the road again to Jacksonville. I had this as a loss last time. I still got it as a loss. I know people are going to be upset with me on this, and it's one of those feel things. You know, just like the Giants last year, I took a lot of flack for giving us the loss at the Meadowlands last year, and it happened. I think at this point, Trevor Lawrence and company will finally start getting something churning in the middle of the season. Now, if we played them in the first 2 or 3 weeks, I would give us a W. I just think this is going to be that one game that we should win, but we don't. Something happens. We have a turnover, a crazy thing, and they kick a field goal and win. Next, we're going to host Indianapolis Colts. Gus Bradley's going to come back with his defense, and honestly, this is a game where I think Derek Carr gets 4 or 5 touchdowns. I know the Colts defense is good. I know they got Matt Ryan as an upgrade. I know they got Jonathan Taylor. I see us winning like 45-28 or something here. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think this is the type of team where if they lose a game, even against tough competition, they're going to come and bounce back, and that's a McDaniels type of philosophy where you keep driving, you fix things, And I think they're going to want to come back with a vengeance. Not only that, but with Gus Bradley, Yannick Ngakoue is there. I want to see how he does against Colton Miller. They're probably going to move him over because he's not going to get anywhere with Colton Miller, to be honest with you. I still see us winning that game. We're going to score over 40 points in this game. I know that sounds kind of crazy. We're going to pound the Colts, but lose to the Jags. But that's how football is sometimes. Now, we're going to have to go to Mile High Stadium here week before Thanksgiving weekend. Might be some snow. This is going to be another one of those ugly games that we normally have up there at Mile High, but I think we're going to take this one. Like I said, I think Derek Carr's going to throw 4 touchdowns here. I think we're going to get 150, 200 rushing yards in this game. I think this is where we turn it 180. We pound the ball. Again, I am not convinced of the free agents Denver got. I think we can pound this ball. I think we just kind of control the game. Russell Wilson's always going to be a little bit dangerous, even past his prime, but that offense is pretty formidable. I just think it's probably going to be a nasty weather game. This is why we got Zamir White, guys. This is why we got Britton Brown late in the season to pound this ball and win these games, win these tough games in these crazy crappy environments in Mile High Stadium. I got us right now at 7-3. We're going to Seattle. Before I had this as a loss, but from what I'm seeing with Seattle, they don't have a quarterback, guys. Geno Smith's the quarterback there. Drew Lock they traded for in the Russell Wilson trade. I'm not worried about this team. Legion of Doom's long gone. I think this should be an easier win for us, to be honest with you. It might be rainy, but we got a running game, guys, so I'm not worried about this one. We win this one by double digits, and now we're going to start getting into the tougher part of that schedule again. We had it tough in the beginning, a little light in the middle. I only had us losing one game in that middle stretch, and now we are here facing the Chargers at home, and I got us losing. I don't see us sweeping this team, so I got to give us a split here. Now, this one could go either way. We could lose week 1 and win week 13. I think it's going to be a split. It's going to be tough to stop Herbert twice in a row. Another tough one here. We're going back to SoFi Stadium, this time to play the defending champion Los Angeles Rams on a short week. On a short week here, Thursday night football. And what did I say about McDaniels? You take a loss, he bounces back. Again, not an easy team to play against. That's number one. Number two, if you don't know, Matt Stafford has an elbow injury and he's going to play through it. But I think as the season goes on, it's going to be more and more nagging, and it's going to be more and more of a problem. And by week 14, who knows, he might not even be starting at that point. He might be on the IR for all we know. He's definitely not going to be 100%. I think we bounce back here. And now we've got 10 days. We're going to be hosting the Patriots. And it's not for the preseason game, even though their first string sucked. I think McDaniels has already got this one circled, obviously. They played great in that preseason game. I think we're going to get more of the same here. I think this is going to be another blowout. I think it's going to be another domination. It's going to be like a 34-13 type of game. We're going to go to Heinz Field. I know. Who's their quarterback? Is it Trubisky? Is it the rookie Pickett? That defense is going to be very formidable, and it's going to be cold. It's probably going to be snowing. I know we have the run game. This is going to be another one of those ugly games, like right here, but this time we're on the short end of the stick. I think maybe we lose on a field goal, something like that. We're still 10-5. San Francisco at home, New Year's Day. Niners are a tough team. They were in the NFC Championship last year. I don't know what's going on with the quarterback position. I'm not a big fan of Trey Lance, to be honest with you. They did keep Garoppolo, and even if he's in at this point, say Trey Lance falls on his face or gets injured, and they pop him in, I'm not too threatened about it. I'm threatened more about their defense, to be honest with you. Deebo Samuel had an injury. I haven't heard the latest on that. I'm hoping a little bit that the Niners come by, party a little too much on New Year's Eve, and kind of fall flat on this game. It's going to be a tough game anyway. They're a good team, but I think we're going to come out on top. 11-5, Kansas City Chiefs. We have a possibility to win the division here. Hosting these guys, we lost to them on Monday night. And again, I think we bounce back. This is the mindset of this new regime. We keep chugging. We bounce back. We fix the problems we have, and we get the W. So this is where I have us. I had us at 11 wins before. After the preseason, I got us up to 12-5. I want to know what you guys think.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.